Hey guys, it is Wednesday here in West Virginia, and as promised, we're taking a look at every 1963 Dodge Polara released to date by autoworld. So these are it here in front of you. You may have seen my pictures on IG and such, and on Mopar Monday we unboxed this guy here, and that was the first edition, and I'm not sure which one of these other three were his counterpart in release A or B. So I'm not sure. Now these two here were released as A and B. These two here were A and B, and then there was two sets of the 426 Max Wedge. So we're just going to go over the subtle little differences. These are all hard tops. There's no post cars, which kind of surprised. But they would have to make a whole new tooling to make a post car, which I wouldn't see why they wouldn't do that. Maybe in the future, because they did have some cool Max Wedges in 63 that were post cars, the aluminum front ends and stuff, which I think these guys here, and we're going to take a look at each and every one of them. So we'll start with the 1963 Dodge Polara Max Wedge 426. All the wedges I think are 426s, even these two here. These guys here were standard V8s. I'm not sure what it was then, maybe a 383, 318, something like that. But these guys here that had this dual scooped hood, and I think it was to indicate like aluminum front clip, aluminum fenders, aluminum hood, and it would have had aluminum bumpers and such. And anyways, they gave us four of these. One in red and one in white, one in black, and one in blue. One thing that's interesting, and I'll point it out slightly on a couple, well, not the other two, the black and white and the red all have a red interior. It seems in 1963, red interiors were popular for Mopars, and also the color blue. Because all the others that are not the 426 aluminum front end wedge cars are blue, except for one, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Even one of the wedge cars is like a teal blue color. So four of the eight released the 63 Polara are a blue color, so it's kind of strange. It's not very diversified with colors. So as you can see, they put a little dog dish cap in the front and just no caps in the back. Color coded stillies to match the car. But as I pointed out on the black one, I wish that these back tires would have been slicks. It would have looked a little better with the no cap stilly in the back, but it's okay. And then I have my little piece of PVC plastic here so we can pop the hood, maybe. Yeah, there we go. I'll stick it in a scoop. So, as you can see, he has the cross ram, which are the staggered 4-barrel carburetors. And it is a wedge. You can see the narrow valve covers. It's not a Hemi, and Hemis didn't come out. Well, at least the front distributor, the 426 as we know it, didn't come out until 64. They had Hemis before that. The rear distributor, smaller cubic inch ones, like the 331s and stuff like that. 352, I think there was one. A 392 is a really popular one with gassers and so forth. But anyways, that is your Cross Ram 426 wedge. And this is the red one. And then the black one we'll take a quick look at, but we just looked at it 2 days ago. So here he is. Once again, color-coded stillies. Although any stilly would have been painted black that wasn't color-coded. So that's kind of an easy one for them. Once again, red interior and such, and their bucket seat interiors. Then going to the white one. Once again, you have your color-coded stillies with just the front caps. Nice detail on the front end and such. And I believe all of these say Wedge. Even, as I said, the black, even though these were different releases, they all had that custom plate saying Wedge and such. So anyways, That is the white with the red interior. So the only different one is this guy here. This, I don't know what color this would be. This light blue, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit on the mint green side, but it's more of like a baby blue, light blue color is what it looks like to me. And it has a matching interior. And once again, matching stillies. But this is the only one that didn't have the red interior. And this is where we start the blue trend. And once again, Wedge on the plate, such. And then going to these. These on the package would have just been labeled 1963 Dodge Polara. And these 63 Dodge caps, hubcaps, these are not wheels, these are just wheel covers, hubcaps, whatever you'd like to call them. These are called spinner caps. These are very popular in the 60s, 70s with customizers and such. So a very popular cap. I want to pop the hood on this guy, and as you can see, it is a dark blue on a, I think it's a dark blue interior with a black dash. Kind of what it looks like, or maybe a whole black gut. Kind of hard to tell. So let me get this hood popped open. Oh, that was easy. I didn't even need it. As you can see, it is a single 4-barrel snorkel air cleaner. A dual snorkel, as you can see. So it is a little bit different under the hood. Such. Same detail though. And this, trying to get it to focus on the plate. Now let's just zoom in here. Is it OK or CK727? 727 would have been the transmission, the torque flight. Not sure what the CK or OK would be for, but anyway, 727 would have been probably the torque flight transmission. And these would have probably been the push button on the dashboard instead of having a shifter on the column or a shifter on the floor. These had push button transmissions. Pretty sure they still had that in 63. And then the light blue counterpart. And this one, I think, has a black interior. Yeah, it looks black. So that other one's probably black too. But a light, like ice blue, I would call it. And probably once again, well, sometimes these things are really hard to get the hoods open on. I'm not going to force it open, but yeah, it's got the standard 4-barrel dual snorkel air cleaner. So there is that guy. Now, these last two are wedges, and I'm going to say they're 426 wedges too, but they're noted as the 500 model. And they probably were just all steel body, nothing special, maybe a lower horsepower 426, I'm not sure. But as you can see, the interior in this guy is pretty cool. It's a two-tone with like a tan beige with like a darker insert on the seat, which is pretty cool. And then you can see the steering wheel is even like a lighter tan, and the dash is done in like that goldish color to match the inserts on the seats. So that is pretty cool. And then this does have cross ram like the 426 Wedge cars. And once again, this is probably going to be a 426 car also. I know back then they had the 413s, but we're going to say that this probably is going to be a 426 also. And as you can see, it has more trim on it than the other guys. It has some trim here on the rear quarter panel, and then trim on the B pillars and such. Non-scooped hood and a more elaborate interior. And then last but not least is another blue one, and this would be the counterpart to the off-white beige colored one. And as you can see, it has a really cool interior too. It is a blue and white. It's white with blue inserts and a blue dash, which is pretty cool. And you can see the blue inserts on the door panels. Autoworld stepped it up with their interiors on these 500s. They're very nicely done. So very cool pieces and such. So that is it, guys. That is your lineup of the 8, and I hope that they do more. I'm not sure how many more they could do in the 426 wedges, because they only made a handful of them in 63 with the aluminum front ends with the scooped hood. I think there's only like 10 or 15 or something like that. So there's not going to be many other color combos offered. But when it comes to the 500s and then the standard Polara, I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of different colors that they could show us these cars in. So would like to see this casting released again. Waiting for another release of the 69 Kingswood too, and then the new model that I'm anticipating is the 70 Kingswood. That's going to be a cool one to go along with our 69 Kingswoods. So this is it for our look at the 63 Polara from Autoworld, and we'll be back again on Friday to crack open a couple of vehicles for you. I think I'm going to do a Johnny Lightning project in progress, El Camino for you. So tune back in Friday. Not sure if that's going to be the one or maybe something else will come up. But at least you may have an idea of what we're going to do. Maybe to be a surprise. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on Friday.